Now, as to business, don't strive to know the truth about business. Let's just know truth. Know truth as truth is. One does not need to apply truth, for truth is omniscient. It includes whatever wisdom is. It is all-knowing. It is certain positive awareness. It is action functioning everywhere, always without challenge, delay, dissimulation, cleavage. Welcome. Thanks for stopping by. I believe you're having a great and wonderful day. Today I want to dive into another letter from Alfred Aiken's book titled Power. I'll be sharing the letter on pages 145 to 147. But first, since this work is not necessarily for everyone, let me share the words of Alfred Aiken on what his work is all about, especially for those who are new to his material.
In order that this be totally clear to everyone what we are talking about, I'd like to make this statement for those who are here for the first time. This is not a talk on metaphysics. It is not a talk on religion. And it is not intended to be anti-anything. From first to last, our work does not deal with that which is not. We're interested only, totally, exclusively, and seclusively with that which is. Well, that's the only concern that should be of concern to us. That which is.
One thing I love about Alfred Aiken's material is the way he approaches every issue on the basis that God is all, and all is God. This is the core foundation, and it does not deviate from this truth. And sometimes this might sound repetitive, but that is the best way to break those age-old paradigms. This is viewing life from an absolute perspective, recognizing that where I stands truth. And as I abide in this truth without compromising or wavering, truth expresses itself in a beautiful and wonderful way. The most important thing is not to waver or worry over the pictures of the world mind projections, but keep thoughts on what reality is, namely newness in action. And you will do whatever you may seem required to do while the demand for the doing is there. This letter must be in response to someone with a business-related issue, and taking into consideration that many businesses must have been impacted in one way or another, and some have closed or gone bankrupt due to COVID-19 pandemic. I believe the insights in this letter that I'm about to share will speak to those who are looking at ways to resolving those business-related issues or wondering how they can expand their business. Come along with me as I share this letter. I'll give my closing thoughts and also share some insights on how these ideas shape the way I approach things during my lubricant marketing days. Now, let's get into the letter. Dear so-and-so, now, as to business, don't strive to know the truth about business. Let's just know truth. Know truth as truth is. One does not need to apply truth, for truth is omniscient. It includes whatever wisdom is. It is all-knowing. It is certain positive awareness. It is action functioning everywhere, always without challenge, delay, dissimulation, cleavage. The fact that truth is all there is, no competition, disappointment, frustration, or need can exist anywhere. Truth, allness, fullness, action is everywhere. This is authority because it leaves no opposition, no opposer. Ask yourself if there is aught beside truth. If so, then you are not dealing in truth. If not, then how can there be struggle, a weight, a personal sense of lack, needing more business, needing more action, more truth, God, I am? There is no personal sense in omnipresence, which is the alone one, the all that I am, the one being, the one alone. Remember, only life is alive. This very life you are is truth itself, being. This awareness includes everything as idea. And as awareness conceived that idea, it is forever present and perfect in mind. Leave it right there. Don't try to do anything to that idea, for that idea, or with that idea. Stick wholly with self, mind, for mind is action itself, being fully aware, utter consciousness, all inclusive. Nowhere is there a slackness of awareness, a limited sense of awareness. There is only full awareness everywhere. This includes your business. Only mind knows there is such an idea as Hudson's hobbies. Mind beholds every idea as completed, satisfactory, is absolutely satisfied with the perfection of all it includes. This mind I am is forever busy being all action, all function, total goodness, perfect consciousness, completeness. You do not have a Jodo mind, a limited, humanly trained business mind that is trapped in fear, worry, lack, need. There is but one mind, the one I am. As absolute action, absolute awareness, there is only total satisfaction, total presence, entire goodness. The self that is consciousness, joy, life, the intelligence I am being. When any thought comes to you of the business, rejoice that as it is idea only, it is completed. Hence, whatever may seem even remotely connected therewith is present, including money, buyers, users of the product, and so on. Like the word Connecticut, every letter is in place, or the idea, the word, will be incomplete, hence not yet an idea. In mind, no incompleteness is possible. You see, the letters in the word cease to be independent ideas in such case, but are part and parcel of the one idea word. As with a watch, every screw, jewel, spring, it's all one idea only. Should you wish to think of jewel as a specific idea, fine. But when applied to watch, no. Do I make this clear? So with hobbies, the others, the money, the so-called material, all one idea, regardless that it appears to be a compound of this and that. To mind, an idea, no matter if called planet or rose, is a specific single idea, inclusive of all that we relatively assume goes therewith. Mind does not pull ideas apart as though they were compounds. Mind does not compose but conceives. The instant the idea thing is conceived, it is complete, whole, perfect, and eternally satisfactory. Nothing can be added, nothing taken therefrom. Let me reiterate, no thing is compound of earth. It is but idea without composition. No idea possesses substance, for the sole substance is mind, and there is no mind in anything. Things are in mind, but no mind is in a thing, for things are without stuff, composition. That is why I keep reiterating that there is no creation, no construction. Ideas are conceived, and as ideas, they are permanent, but only mind is stuff, is substance. No lack can be anywhere, for I amness is everywhere. No other mind exists, hence is not suggesting a need, a lack, a deterioration, nor that a change is taking place anywhere. Changeless wholeness is cordially. Sometimes it might seem that Dr. Alfred Aiken is strict in his approach, or that there is some sort of disconnect between the ideas and situation at hand. But when one stays with it and persists, he or she soon finds out that there is power in the simplicity of this work. I believe that is the way to go, especially if one has come to accept the simple truth that God is all and all is God. Now, this does not mean that one denies the world, but it is the awareness that the world is not outside of us. And from that place of awareness, one will appear to do that which is sensible, for we will receive divine ideas and inspiration from the depth of our soul on what to do in this world of shadow. Talked in this letter is the solution, if I can use that word, for all issues that troubles man or woman. You do not have a Jodo mind, a limited, humanly trained business mind that is trapped in fear, worry, lack, or need. There is but one mind, the one I am, as absolute action, absolute awareness. There is only total satisfaction, total presence, entire goodness, the self that is consciousness, joy, life, the intelligence, I am, being. The issue is that we think our business is separate from us, not realizing that the business is nothing more than an idea in consciousness. And the way it is expressed in this world of shadow is a reflection of how we are in consciousness and how caught up we are in this human experience. A while back when I was into lubricant marketing, I remember there used to be this fact that sales are very low during the raining season. And that was an expected norm. You see, the statistics show that the sales of lubricants that we sell kind of go down during those months of raining season. But I questioned it. I said, well, who said the sales should go down? Why should it be so? But I dared to challenge the norm. Well, the facts were there. You can see the figures. It's there, black and white. But I told myself, I've always been into personal development and understanding that there is more to this life than what we see with our physical eyes. So I challenged the norm and said, who said my sales should be down? I questioned it. And along the line, ideas began to surface. I was moved from within to research the fishing industry. That time, we were not marketing into the fishing industry at all. But the idea came, and I went to the fishing association. I met them, and I got the listing of all I went to the Trawler Owners Association, and I got the listing of where the trawler owners were located. And from there, I pitched our products to them. At that time, the main supplier was Elf. And the brand we were selling was actually we were selling indigenous product. It was indigenous in that it was not like an international brand, like you say, a Mobile and so on. So you can see it was, on the surface, it would look like an uphill task because, you're trying to sell a product that is not necessarily known internationally to trawler owners who operate this $1 million worth of trawlers. And if the lubricant is not certified or whatever, that's jeopardizing their business. Anyway, to cut a long story short, in a span of probably 3 to 5 years, I was able to corner that market. We cornered 80% of that lubricants marketing. It was used to be Elf. Elf controlled everything, but within a period of, I think it was less than 5 years anyway, I was able to penetrate that market and took over the market. Back to what I was saying. There was that fact that sales dropped during those months of rainy season simply because quite a number of suppliers go to the construction industries. And during those rainy season, construction contracts or whatever activities dip. But during the rainy season, that's when the trawler owners catch more fish, right? So in effect, my sales kind of shot up. During this rainy season, now became one of my best periods of sales because I simply dared to challenge the norm. I did not have that idea of lack in my consciousness. And because I saw abundance, truth went ahead and revealed itself in what I was contemplating. Because ideas surfaced, I was led to research that particular industry. And before you know it, we cornered that market. And my sales during the raising season become the best selling season. So what I'm trying to say is that truth No matter the situation, no matter the circumstance, the question is always, where am I in consciousness? Am I abiding in truth? If I'm abiding in truth, truth will release ideas from within, that is perfect ideas that will bring about realization of that which I am contemplating in that moment. As you think, you are, and your business is nothing more than a reflection of how you are in consciousness. Nothing to add, nothing to take away. Let's not complicate it. Whilst I do not necessarily like to share personal experience, since this is not about me, but sometimes it's necessary so as to give some context, so as to aid someone in their understanding of this concept. I also remember a time when I relocated newly to Canada. At that time, when I was new here, I shared my idea of the type of income I would like to earn. I shared it with someone of African descent. He had been in Canada for roughly 25 years. And when I mentioned the kind of income, and the figure I gave was the figure I gave was one figure below what I actually, the kind of goal I had in mind. The guy looked at me and said, as a matter of fact, that people like us don't make that kind of money here. I didn't get what he meant initially, until when he touched his skin to indicate the skin color, that he don't know me on what he meant. Anyway, this buttresses the fact that as you think, you are, so you become. That was his own world of reality. And I had no place in my own consciousness. And like they say, the rest is now history. For I have since achieved my goals a few years after immigrating to Canada. The only thing I can say in retrospect was that I set the bar too low. And that's a story for another time. Yes. In this place of awareness and understanding, insights or ideas wells up within one, and one begins to see through every form of problem as the light of God dispels the darkness in the mind. For darkness only exists in that puny human mind that thinks it is separate from God. Now, I would like to add that as we stand in truth, ideas will pop up like popcorn. I would say, don't stand still, but act and move as directed from within. And the reshuffling of the outer world to this inner contemplation happens naturally without stress. And that is what I will call walking on the creative plane rather than the competitive plane. Action is required in this way of being. Once we contemplate what we want and abide in the truth of what we are desiring, ideas pop up. Now, we will be guided from within to do certain things in this world of shadows. You just don't stand still. If you just stand still, that you are just kind of playing and nothing happens. But it is in the action as we move that the whole world, things begin to reshuffle. The whole world will move and dance to this tune of what we are contemplating within. And that is walking on the creative plane rather than the competitive plane. And whatever business we're into, we'll have no choice but to prosper. Thanks for watching. And if you need some form of coaching, especially if this concept is new to you, you can always reach out to me. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.